Well, Pisces, it's a big month for you in terms of your relationships. And I say that because as we animate this chart, you will see the moon as it's getting weaker and weaker, moving into its new moon phase on September 7, right there in your seventh house of relationships. I think it's necessary because when you've got these fiery planets like Mars and the Sun transiting this sensitive part of your horoscope, then it's quite likely that some sorts of confrontational episodes have been happening or are happening. And the new moon, I say necessary, because you need a new approach to how you're handling your relationships. Now, some of you, especially if you're single, may be having a problem with multiple relationships here. One dictum in Vedic astrology, anyhow, is that the number of planets in the seventh house, and this is the seventh house here, indicates the number of relationships you may be having. So for some of you, anyhow, that could be a problem. There's the new moon, and it's opposing Neptune. So there's a little bit of a blurry edge around this whole relationship issue right now. Of course, Neptune's your ruler, and it's been transiting through your sun sign for quite some time. There are a few other developments. These planets ultimately move out of this seventh house, but you do have Mercury and Venus here in the eighth house of intimacy. So there's a lot of in-depth analysis going on for you right now. You're looking underneath the surface, trying to understand your relationships from the inside out, and that's a good thing. Venus moves out of this eighth house of intimacy on the 12th, and so that relieves you of a little bit of this eighth house energy. Still Mercury, which is the prober. It's a probing planet. It's an investigative planet, and it wants to understand things. And here you'll see that up until, say, the 15th or 16th, that will be likely a very innocuous sort of investigation until dun, 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 Mars moves into this eighth house. And that Mars is a good planet for you, but we can't escape its intrinsic nature, which is combative and argumentative. And here we see a much harder push for the information that you're after. You're like a Columbo, that 1970s investigative policeman. You're really after some truth in the matter of things here. And that's going to pick up even more when we look at this full moon that takes place here in your sun sign. Again, in the company of Neptune, your ruler, opposite this Mars-Sun combo here. So that's when things pick up again. There's a few milestones in the month, which we can see from the new moon, we see from that full moon, and we see from the transit of these planets out of their initial areas as the month starts. The other important one now, as you can see here, whereas you're dealing directly with the person, which is this seventh house stuff, you've got Mercury there in the eighth, then Mars has moved there, and then the ingress of the Sun on the 23rd, showing that the push is really, you're ramping it up now, aren't you, Pisces? You really want to get to the bottom of some sort of problem this month. I'm going to make a note of that. Getting to the bottom of problems. New moon. Relationship problems. Getting to the bottom of relationship. Let's just say issues. Now, these problems aren't always a major problem where you're going to break up or anything like that, but it shows that if there are disharmonious components of the relationship, you want to clear that up now. You want to, and this research side that I'm looking at is telling me not only are you looking for the thing that is the problem, but ways in which you can, resolve that issue. It may be like, how do I broach this issue with my partner or my business partner, whatever. So this is a key month for you. You'll notice also that eighth house is the house of sexuality and intimacy. When you have a preponderance of planets in a specific area of the horoscope, you can expect that department of life to predominate and to be fully active. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more, say no more. That's what that's all about. So, I'm over the due date, but the good news is I've got the transcript of this plus some additional information for you over there at astrology.com.au, along with some free psychic readings that you might want to avail yourself of if you don't want to avail yourself of my services, which are also here waiting for you. Drop me a line if you want to know more about that. Drop me a line anyhow. Just say hi and let me know what you think. Please do stay safe. Things are crazy in the world right now. I hope you're healthy, happy, successful, and I also hope you'll be here next month. I will be. Take care now. Bye-bye.